But if it's not true that Bandai Namco wasn't doing the balancing for the game, then it's like I'm even more worried because Arc System Works is the ones who created this situation, and so now they're going to be doing another balance patch, and where they might just buff Limit Break again, or they're going to buff C Assist again, or they're going to give more projectile invo moves, or they're going to buff Super Dash again, or they're going to buff Sparking again. It's just like, bro, I can't. Like, I can't be excited for this. Outside of the World Tour, everything else, I can't really be excited because I just don't trust them to actually fix the damn game. Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy TRUEDBZK back with another video, and today we have some brand new news coming from the Bandai Namco Esports Twitter page for Dragon Ball FighterZ. So we have some brand new news for the game, that being that the World Tour is coming back for 2024-2025, and then we also have an interview with the producer or head of the FighterZ team, and yeah, we're going to be watching the video, and then we're going to be going into the actual interview with Hiroki. And then afterwards, I'm going to be talking about more so the state of Dragon Ball FighterZ, where it is right now, where I think where it can go in the future. And yeah, so before we get into the discussion, if you guys would like more stuff like this, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more stuff like this in the future. And yeah, let's get right into the video.
ドラゴンボールファイターズをプレイしていただいているファンの皆様、こんにちは。ドラゴンボールファイターズのプロデューサーのひろきです。いつもドラゴンボールファイターズをプレイいただき本当にありがとうございます。こうしてですね、ずっとこうやって運営を続けられてきたのも、日々皆様がプレイしていただいて、応援をしていただいているからこそだと思っております。本当にありがとうございます。そして発売6年目を迎えたドラゴンボールファイターですが、今年もワールドツアーを開催いたします。今年のワールドツアーは先日実装したロールバック機能を活用しまして、オンラインとオフラインの両方の開催となります。6月28日の CEO ファイティングゲームチャンピオンシップスを皮切りにスタートしますので、ぜひ皆様ご参加ください。詳細な大会ルールや形式については公式サイトや公式 X をご確認ください。またユーザーの皆様に楽しんでいただくべく、今年もバトルのバランス調整の方を行いたいと思っております。時期や詳細に関しましては追って発信させていただければと思っておりますので、皆様今しばらく待っていただきますようお願いいたします。ロールバックの実装、バトルの調整を踏まえ、今年度のワールドツアーはドラゴンボールファイターズの集大成となります。今までドラゴンボールファイターズを支えていただいたファンの皆様に感謝の気持ちを伝えるべく、またワールドツアーにご参加いただいた皆様にもしっかりと楽しんでいただけるよう準備の方を進めてまいりますので、ぜひとも楽しみに待っていただければと思います。私からのメッセージは以上になります。引き続きドラゴンボールファイターズを楽しんでくださいませ。ありがとうございました。
Alright then guys, so that was the interview with Hiroki. We do have some additional information on the Dragon Ball FighterZ website. Bandai Namco Dragon Ball FighterZ website. So here's some more additional information with Hiroki. Just talking about the video itself. So the World Tour is back. So the competitive scene isn't dead for Dragon Ball FighterZ yet. Even though it didn't make the mainline games at EVO, we have our own World Tour. So they're still continuing the competitive scene in some form and fashion, which I'm very glad for, because I actually do love watching Dragon Ball FighterZ at a very high level. So I'm glad that the competitive scene hasn't, you know, gone away now that EVO didn't pick Dragon Ball FighterZ as its mainline, and then like patches and characters aren't coming through. Like, I'm very glad that Bandai Namco is still supporting the competitive scene. Also, the fact that we're getting a brand new patch and rollback fixes, which they'll go into here. So really great. So let's just jump right into the interview. So we'll go above here. It does say, you know, stuff about how the tournament is formatted. I'm not participating in the tournament, so this doesn't really matter to me specifically. But if you guys do want to see how the tournament is going to be organized and how you'll be able to enter and all that stuff, like online stuff, I'll put the link to the Twitter right here, and this site right here in the description, so you guys can see it for yourself. So yeah, let's just jump right into the interview here. So, first question: what made you hold another World Tour this year? The decision to hold another Dragon Ball FighterZ World Tour this year was influenced by several factors. First, the recent releases of the game on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS. Second, the energy and passion displayed by players during last year's Battle Hour event demonstrated the game's vibrant community. Third, the robust online player base continues to thrive, making the World Tour a platform for dedicated fighters to prove their skills. Finally, we want this World Tour to be the pinnacle of all World Tours for Dragon Ball FighterZ, uniting top players and celebrating the game's competitive scene. So once again, they're continuing the World Tour to give more support to the competitive players, and to also show off the rollback netcode as well, because that is a big deal for this game. So basically what I expected. The main goal is to show off rollback and to support the competitive players. Next question: was rollback netcode next question. Was the rollback netcode implementation another reason for having this tour? Of course, this was an important reason, as it was an awaited feature. To take advantage of this feature, we are happy to have online leaderboards in this year's World Tour, giving more chances to more players aiming to enter the World Tour. So once again, rollback netcode is a big reason why we're getting a World Tour, just so we can show off how good the rollback is, which it is really good rollback netcode. It is that the things around the rollback are the issue. But yeah, rollback netcode, hopefully they can fix all this stuff up on the next gen versions, like the visual glitches, the sound glitches, spectating. I hope they can fix all of that before the World Tour like really kicks off. If they don't fix it, that's not a really good showing for the next gen version. So I'm really hoping they actually like fix the game. So, you know, hopefully they do that. Alright, the next question is, can you tell us more about this hybrid online and offline format? As mentioned, the rollback implementation allows us to add online leaderboards to the format on top of the traditional offline Power, Power Plus, and Tenkaichi events. The online leaderboards will be regional and will give access to a ticket for the LCQ. We have done our best to select the maximum number of countries, putting into account the numbers of users online. In any case, anyone from any country can organize their own Tenkaichi event to gain points for the offline events ranking. So basically, if you participate in online tournaments, then you can gain points to go to the LCQ and then actually participate in the tournament. So that's basically what they're saying. Alright, the next question is, what can we expect from now on? I believe the team and I achieved what we wanted for this game. With the PS5, Xbox Series S XS version release and the rollback update, with the help from the studio behind the new versions, I have one more good news for our players. Arc System Works and I are working on a new balance patch to come this summer after EVO to spice the competition up a bit more. So this is a really big deal. A brand new balance patch for Dragon Ball FighterZ is huge, because there are some things that need to be changed to the game, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit later in this video, but that is a really big deal. I don't know when the EVO is taking place this year. Hold on, I'm actually gonna look it up. So EVO this year will be taking place on July 19th to July 21st. So if this is after EVO, we can probably expect the patch probably a week, maybe 2 weeks after EVO. That's my guess. Now it could be a month after EVO or 2 months after EVO. All they said was after EVO the patch will be dropping, but I think 1 to 2 weeks after EVO is a pretty generous amount of time. And we're in May, the beginning of May, so roughly about 2 months, May, June, July, so about 2 months of waiting before the next patch, so not too long, but yeah. And last thing, one last word, allow me to thank one more time to all the players, the community, the tournament organizers, everyone who helped putting together the World Tour since 2018, including the wonderful casters Damascus and Tyrant. I wish everyone a great competition this year again. So that is the additional interview with Hiroki, and obviously we also know through the Twitter account or the official Dragon Ball Games Twitter account that there is another patch coming to fix the controller issue with the next gen versions. We don't know if they're going to be fixing like the visual bugs and the audio bugs with the rollback version or the next gen versions. We don't know if they're going to be fixing that in that patch or that's coming with the balance patch, but I'm hoping that they actually fix it because that is a big deal, especially if you're using rollback netcode in your online tournaments. Like, that's important to make the game look as good as possible. So yeah, hopefully when they fix the controller issue, they also fix like the audio issues, the visual issues, and all that stuff. So with the video and interview out of the way, what do I think about Dragon Ball FighterZ in its current state, and where do I think the game can go from here? Honestly, I'm very conflicted because Dragon Ball FighterZ, I don't want to say on paper, but I think generally is actually really well balanced, and it's probably the most balanced the game has ever been. But the reasons for why it's so is not what I agree with, right? So the reason why I say it's the most balanced is because pretty much everybody is strong in this game, right? Even the weakest character, which is probably Base Goku, UI Goku, or Trunks, like they're like the consistent bottom 3 of the game. Even they can cook, right? If you bring like UI Goku plus Majin 21 plus Krillin or plus Cell, like you're gonna be able to cook. But the reason why we're at this most balanced space is just because everybody just overtuned as fuck, man. Like and it's not like overtuned in a way where like everybody has their own distinct style and like their own unique gameplay loop or whatever. It's just like everybody 50-50s you, everybody skips neutral, everybody does just random stupid shit, and you die. And it's just like, I just don't agree with that philosophy, because especially when it comes to other broken games like Marvel 3, for example, people love Marvel 3, especially because of how broken it is. But like, the things you can do in this game is so fucking stupid and annoying. And at least for Marvel, it has a legacy of being broken, so like people can forgive it, even though I don't think it's a valid excuse for Marvel being as broken as it is. And there are many times in Marvel where I've played it and it's just like I just die in 3 hits, which just isn't fun. FighterZ is not there in terms of broken, but like it's still annoying. And it's just the philosophy behind the game has just like completely lost what it made it special. And it's taken on a new identity that I think is better for probably the overall general player base, but it's just not good for like me personally. The fact that everybody 2 touches now, everybody TODs with like 1 meter or less, everybody has some form of projectile invulnerability. Everybody, well, almost everybody has a way to 50-50 you, especially in the corner. Like there's no nuance here. Like, I don't want to say everybody does the same thing, because that's just not true. But like the general feel of the game is the same across lots of characters. Like if I go through this roster, I can probably think of like maybe 5 characters that play different from the rest of the roster. Like I would say Majin Buu, I'd say Nappa, I'd say Baby to an annoying degree, Ginyu, and that's about it. Everybody else pretty much does the same thing. They use their neutral skip, they get in plus assist, they use the other assist to do a 50-50, they knock you down, do Oki, and you die. Like, it's just like, in some characters like Jiren, like Blue Gogeta, not as much as it used to do, Cell, like, these characters can one-touch you. If you make one wrong mistake and they have their spark, you're dead. You're going to die. So it's just like, the whole philosophy of Dragon Ball FighterZ is just so out of whack. And it's just because this whole buff versus nerf mentality, which I have made a video on, they just kept buffing the fuck out of all these characters. And now we're at a point where you make one mistake, you fucking die for it. Which is like, I guess it's fine, because like you're making a mistake, so you deserve to be punished, but not to this damn degree. And some things just don't make no fucking sense. Like, for example, Blue Vegeta is one of the most misunderstood characters in the entire game, because I remember when this character was bad. Like, he was bad. So they kept buffing him, which is good. From pretty much season 1 to, like, I would say probably like the middle of season 3, he was just like, he was either bad in season 1 or 2, and then like in season 3 he was like okay, right? He was an okay character. He had his niche of being able to 50-50 you with Rekka plus assist. He had decent neutral, not good neutral, decent, and then he also did a good amount of damage when he did hit you. He has a level 5, he has a level 1 that can be cancelled, his level 1s don't scale. Like, he did good stuff. But everybody kept saying, Blue Vegeta's bad. Oh my god, his assist is so bad. Even when they gave him 2 extra assists that were actually better, nobody played him because, oh my god, A assist is so bad. Oh my god, Blue Vegeta can't neutral skip. Yada yada yada. Even though those are the things that people complain about, they also advocate to give him these tools. But it's just like, okay, so what did the devs do? They gave him special cancels. Why? Why did they give him special cancels? He didn't need it. Okay, well, you gave him special cancels, now what? They gave him Ki Blast cancels. Why? Why did he need that? He already did good damage, and he already had 50-50s. Okay. And then they buffed him again with the limit break change. And then they buffed him again with the command grab change. So now this character is way overtuned, and I hate him. I don't like Blue Vegeta. I don't want to play him. They ruined the character for me. Not only the actual development team, but the community as well, because they kept saying, oh my god, this character is bad. This character has X bad. Well, nobody says matchups in Dragon Ball FighterZ, because even though matchups do exist, they don't really matter that much. But they're like, Blue Vegeta is bad. He's too hard. Blue Vegeta can't do this, do that. It was like, okay, he can't forcibly get in on you like other characters around that time did, like Vegito, where he just did EX legs plus assist and he got in for free. Yeah, Blue Vegeta couldn't do that, but he could 50-50 you without using resources, right? And his Rekka was 17 frames, which you cannot react to. So he basically had an unreactable 50-50 into a 50-50. So like, why wasn't he strong enough? And if the issue was, oh my god, his assist was so bad, he has 2 other assists. He had B assist, which is a good lariat assist, and then he had a C assist, which is basically the B assist, but it tracks with more block stun. So like, why they keep buffing him? They buffed the shit out of Krillin. They kept buffing the shit out of Adult Gohan. They kept buffing the shit out of Gotenks. Like, every character was just buffed to an absurd degree that, like, it's just not fun to play. It's just not fun. It's not fun. Do you think it's fun to play against freaking Nappa, whose Cyberman is not interactable at all? You can't hit it. You can't spark it. You can't guard cancel it. it's uninteractable. You just gotta hold that shit. And now, since you can't actually hit the damn Cyberman, his neutral is now for free. Because people forget that this is a team game, and when Nappa was lower on the tier list, you want to know why Nappa was low? Because he had bad neutral, which was his intended weakness. His intended weakness was his neutral. But when he got in and placed the Cyberman down, that's when Nappa can show his strength. But nah, let's make him have good neutral by making Cyberman uninteractable. Okay, where's the identity now? Where is it? He's good in neutral, good damage, good mix. Like, where's the identity here? And like I said before, this still doesn't discount Nappa having a rather unique playstyle, because he's still rather unique compared to like the other characters that just do special move, assist, 50-50. Like, Nappa has very unique 50-50s when it comes to like Cybermen and how they like pop you upwards. Like, that is interesting. But it's like all the other things about Nappa was just like nerfed, or not nerfed, was buffed. Like, they just kept buffing his neutral, buff his damage, buff his normals. It's just like, why? Like, why? It's just like, maybe this isn't... Okay, so like, the state of Dragon Ball FighterZ, I kind of went on a tangent. The state is that the game is overall more balanced and well more together, but I just don't agree with the way they did it. So, what can the dev team do in the future? And also, before I get into that, I want to bring this back up. So there was a bit of, I want to say controversy, but there was a bit of discussion on who was working on Dragon Ball FighterZ for the majority of Season 3 through now. There was like some kind of leak or rumor or something where one of the employees or somebody at Arc System Works or somebody talked about how Bandai Namco and Arc System Works weren't really working together on Dragon Ball FighterZ because they had bad relationships, things kind of fell through, and so from Season 3 onward to now, Bandai Namco has been working on Dragon Ball FighterZ rather than the actual Arc System Works team. And so that's why the philosophy and how they balanced the game and how overtuned a lot of the characters were when they came, like the DLC characters and stuff like that. The reason why those things were a thing was because Bandai Namco was actually handling the balancing and stuff like that. I don't know how true it is. Honestly, it's not really my place to say whether it's true or not. But if it is true, and Arc System Works is working on this patch specifically, can they fix Dragon Ball FighterZ, at least in the way that I believe it deserves to be fixed? Probably not. I think Dragon Ball FighterZ is a little too far gone in the sauce, that nerfing a lot of the shit in this game would make the game feel worse as a result. So like, they kind of have to like thread the needle on like what to buff, what to nerf, what to change. And if what the rumor is true, in that Arc System Works hasn't been balancing the game for the last couple of years, they're pretty much like out of the loop, and like they don't really, I'm assuming that they probably don't really know like the biggest issues with the game since they're not working on it. But if it's not true that Bandai Namco wasn't doing the balancing for the game, then it's like, I'm even more worried, because Arc System Works is the ones who created this situation, and so now they're going to be doing another balance patch, and where they might just buff Limit Break again, or they're going to buff C Assist again, or they're going to give more projectile invo moves, or they're going to buff Super Dash again, or they're going to buff Sparking again. It's just like, bro, I can't, like, I can't be excited for this. Outside of the World Tour, everything else, I can't really be excited, because I just don't trust them to actually fix the damn game. Like, the way I want this game to be balanced would involve a lot of nerfs. Like, a lot of nerfs. Nerfing startups, nerfing projectile invul, nerfing limit break, nerfing C assist. Like, and I would on paper, would this look really bad for the final patch of the game? Yes, of course, it would look really bad. It would look like you're taking away options from characters. Yes, I get that. But people have to understand that nerfing overpowered and annoying stuff is not a bad thing. And especially if your entire game is like that, then it's just like, of course you're gonna have to mass nerf stuff in order for things to calm the fuck down. Because I played Dragon Ball FighterZ a couple weeks ago on stream, and when I tell you, the game is so drastically different than when I was playing it on the regular, like I don't even recognize it even more anymore from the playing aspect. Like, yeah, I was watching Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments, you know, regularly, so I know how the game is played, but playing it felt so different. Everybody has half-screen special moves, half-screen 2Ms and half-screen 5Ms, projectile invul specials. You don't have to respect shit anymore because everybody has some sort of reversal. Every character, or almost every character, can build 2 bars, and so when you get hit, if you get your turn back, they can just level 3 you out of your pressure. Like, everybody has a scapegoat. It's just like, bro, like, this game is just so, it's so ham. It's so ham. And it's just like, can we just nerf? Can we nerf shit without it going wrong? Like, please. Like, it's just like, I just don't trust, I don't trust them. I can't trust the dev team to fix Dragon Ball FighterZ. I can't do it. I can't do it because they just, the last couple years, I won't say the patches were bad, but they've made very huge mistakes. Very huge ones. Lab Coat 21 coming out, her release was a fucking disaster. Vegito, the fusion meta, Gogeta Blue, Android 17, Android 21 Majin. Like, did we forget about Baby? He's running a meta right now. Baby is top 3. Jiren, top 3. Fucking Nappa, arguably top 5. Android 18, Cell. Like, these characters are so fucking cracked and annoying. It's just like, are they actually willing to actually just not gut the characters, but nerf them? Just take the power a little bit away from them and give some love, just some, because like I said, everybody is strong in this game. Trunks, UI Goku, Base Goku, they can all kill you in 2 hits, right? Their mix-ups are good. Their neutral are okay. So you don't need a lot to buff these characters, but you gotta nerf the strong ones. You gotta nerf Baby. You gotta nerf Nappa. You gotta nerf Android 21, Lab Code again. You gotta nerf Adult Gohan. You gotta nerf Blue Goku. You gotta nerf Android 17. You gotta nerf these characters because it is so frustrating and it's so annoying to get pressured by Jiren. He calls Android 17 and then he 50-50s you with a barrier assist, a defensive assist. Jiren just 50-50s you. It's so annoying to be playing neutral and then Lab Coat 21 just spins at you and you can't punish her for it. It's so annoying that when I'm pressuring Cell, all he has to do is match 214, 214, 214. And if I get hit, I die. If I block it, he gets a mix-up. Not me, who baited it. He gets a mix-up. With an assist. It's so annoying when I'm playing neutral and Beerus is just tossing shit halfway across the screen and I can't super dash him because the kick counts as an actual hit. So I get anti-aired. It's so annoying when I'm getting pressured by Gogeta 4 and I reflect, all of his moves anti-reflects without you committing. He does stagger, enter 2M, stagger, 5M, stagger, 5H, stagger, 5S, stagger, lariat. You like, do they not see like having all these different anti-reflex makes defense and fighters feel like shit? Where the only defensive mechanic that is actually viable to do in Dragon Ball is guard cancel vanish because reflect doesn't mean shit. Guard cancel, the regular version of guard cancel doesn't mean shit because a lot of characters have safe unblock moves. So you just do jab 5M, they guard cancel, they block it, and now it's your turn. Oh, excuse me, no. Actually, actually it is their turn. So like, it's so annoying. Everybody's just so ham. Do I think they can fix it? Probably not. Honestly, I think this patch is probably gonna gut this game in terms of balance, especially if they go with the mindset they gave the last balance patch, where everybody basically got buffed again. Even the characters that they said were problematic, like the fusions, Gogeta Blue and Vegeta Blue. The characters like Janemba that got nerfed for no reason. He was probably one of the only fair top tiers when he was getting into like the meta stage. He was probably one of the only like fair top tiers. They nerfed his ass, right? For basically no reason. They refused to touch Merge Zamasu. The only thing, I don't even think they nerfed his meter gain. They refused to touch Merge Zamasu. He's another character that's fucking bullshit. They won't touch him, right? But they will nerf Majin 21. I don't like Majin 21. I think she's a terribly designed character. But they nerfed her, but they won't touch Zamasu. Right? They barely touched Labcoat 21. Yeah, they nerfed her, but she's still top 3. Or top 5. Whatever. They don't want to touch Adult Gohan because the Adult Gohan fanbase is like the most annoying fanbase out of any of the character communities. Like, honestly, like, it's either Adult Gohan, probably, honestly, I don't think any community is as annoying as the Adult Gohan fan base, but, like, they don't want to touch Adult Gohan. Like, it's just, like, I just don't trust them. And it's like, where do they go? Do they nerf the neutral of the game? Do they nerf the power of the game? Do they nerf the defense of the game? Like, where's the direction that they're going? We don't know. But all I can say is, I don't trust them, honestly. Because it's just like, after Season 3, like, they barely nerf things. Once again, if Bandai Namco was handling the balancing from Season 3 onward, and Arc System Works is doing this balance patch, there is a slimmer of hope that they can fix Dragon Ball FighterZ. They can make it a lot more manageable to play and make it way less annoying. But they're also, Arc System Works is also the team that works on Guilty Gear Strive, and they created Wild Assault, which is one of the worst mechanics in Guilty Gear Strive, well, probably the worst, especially White Wild Assault. And I play Gold Lewis. And I don't like White Wild Assault. So, like, can we really trust Arc System Works to fix Dragon Ball FighterZ when they're making shit like that in Guilty Gear Strive? I don't know. But what do you guys think? I might make a secondary video just going more in depth on what I would change about each character. If you guys would like to see that, please be sure to let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more Dragon Ball FighterZ content. And I guess I'll just see you guys next time. Sayonara.